guys.
Okay, now no.
Hey guys, disclaimer to the video, our mics are not working right now, so we're going to figure that out for the next one. But for this one, we're going old school, so sorry in advance.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video of Life with the Wards, where we talk all things marriage and military.
If you guys want to continue seeing more, make sure you like and subscribe.
Yes, please hit those buttons down below for us. We really appreciate it. We are so happy to finally be back with another video. A lot has happened in our summer thus far, but as first and foremost, we would love to know how you're doing. How's your summer going? How was your 4th? And how's your weekend going? We'd love to know. As for us, my love, what have we been up to?
Well, you got your degree.
Yes, I did.
Got a job.
Yes, I did.
Celebrated my birthday.
Yes, we did.
And then celebrated 3 years married. 3-year
Yes,
anniversary.
Our 3-year anniversary, guys.
Yep.
So we have had plenty of festivities for our summer. And we're grateful for each and every one of them.
Indeed.
So we have just been kind of getting back on the roller coaster and figuring out schedules and this and that, but we pretty much have it down to a T now.
I think so.
So we are hoping everything's smooth sailing, but we have just been having a blast lately, doing a lot of celebrating. So we are back.
Very true.
We are back. As usual, before we go ahead and jump in this week's topic, we always like to start things off with our woke quote.
So this week's quote reads, "To give somebody your time is the biggest gift you can give." Time is priceless.
Yes, it is.
It's a currency that, you know, the value doesn't go up or down. It is very priceless.
Yeah.
So the fact that someone gives you time is something you need to appreciate and be grateful for, because it's not unlimited.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No. 2 things in this world that's not unlimited is money and time, as we all know. I definitely second that. I think for me, quality time is my love language. And I think it's so precious because I always live by the saying of, you're never gonna have time, you have to make time. You know, all of us could think of 1,000 reasons why we can't do this, that, or the other. You know, I don't have the time, you know, so when someone gives me that time, especially you, my love, because, you know, I am very grateful for that, because I know there's a million other things you could probably fill that time with, and you decided to make that time for me. So just as important as it is to be mindful of how you spend your time, it's also to be mindful of receiving that time from another person to see how valuable that is. For sure.
Definitely let us know in the comments what you guys think.
Yes.
If you don't get anything from this quote, just maybe it gets your thought process rolling on how valuable time is, and maybe if you not handled it well in the past, but I digress.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if you haven't handled your time well in the past, there is always no time like the present to start.
True.
So let us know down in the comments, guys.
We're going to be going into dating your significant other.
Yes.
Not the prelude to marriage, but while you're married.
Right.
How to date them.
Yes. How to continue to nurture that relationship is very important. So, my love, tell me, first of all, how do you keep our relationship alive?
Easy statement: complacency kills, right? And that's in everything. Work, marriage, your work, everything that you do. If you're complacent, you're wrong.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're in your marriage and you're like, man, yeah, we peaked. Best days are behind us. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. Because you really should be thinking, all right, we've reached here, but we can always do better. We can always go higher. I can do something for my wife. Whatever it is, there's always something you can be doing besides staying stagnant.
100%. I think it's, I always also say, it's important to understand that when you get married, this is the start. This is not the finish line. This is the start. And this is the start in every category, from, you know, communication to keeping your marriage alive, you know, you name it. This is the starting line of that. So I completely agree. There's no peak. There's no peak. If there's a peak, that means that something went down. And please don't misunderstand us. We do all have rough patches in our marriage.
True.
But our goal is to just keep it on the incline, of course. So my question to you, my dear, is how do you not get complacent?
Well, I think an easy way that we establish early on is we'll do check-ins with each other. It can be a lot of things like, hey, how are you doing mentally, physically, emotionally?
That's ours.
How are you doing, at work? It can be anything that you have, well, it's going to let your partner express anything that they're feeling, and you guys can talk about it and keep everybody informed of what's going on. Because if I shut down and I keep it to myself, it may put natural distance between us.
100%.
And that's not what you want in marriage.
Not at all. I think those check-ins, not only do they make you aware of like where I'm standing, where you're standing in our relationship, it's also just a healthy bond of communication, knowing that, we're going to be talking about those things, the hard things, the bad things, we always do the, how are you doing mentally, emotionally, physically?
Yeah.
We do that, for things regarding outside of our marriage, but we also ask those questions for inside our marriage. How are you doing mentally in our marriage? How are you doing physically in our marriage? How are you doing emotionally in our marriage? A big question we always ask, and we've touched on this before as well, is like, what do you need? So that's all a part of that check-in. And these are some pretty simplistic questions, but you will be surprised what you can get out of your partner from just asking these questions.
Yeah. Like when you're dating somebody, you're going to be like, girl, how's your day going? But just because you put a ring on her finger doesn't mean you should stop asking her, how's her day going?
Yeah.
That's the first thing we definitely do is check in.
Check in, guys. The second thing that's huge is not getting stuck in the routine. Don't get stuck in your routine. And this is perfect for us and something that, we continue to work on. As we were expressing earlier, like I just started a new job, so now we got like 2 schedules going that, we kind of stick to the same, like, we wake up, we go to work, X, Y, Z. But not getting complacent and stuck in that routine is huge.
I was looking for that word.
Yeah,
I was
you were looking for it. Yeah, I had to throw it in there again. And that looks different for everyone, for sure. But I think for us, it's, understanding that, yes, we have jobs. Yes, we are accountable for those things. But there are different ways to spice that up a little bit. For example, I know that, at a certain time in the morning, Jay has to be up. At a certain time in the morning, I have to be up. I will pack his lunch. Sometimes I will throw in little cute things in there just to make him know that I'm thinking about him, or even make him breakfast in the morning. I know some girls are like, yeah, my husband's not getting that breakfast. Day. But yeah, those are good days. And it just makes you feel, well, I don't want to say how it makes you feel. You tell me how that makes you feel.
Very much appreciated. That thought of, let me take some of my time away from sleep and go make me a breakfast. It is very much appreciated, and I always try to reciprocate it.
100%.
Usually on the weekends because I got to leave before her.
Yeah.
But I always try to get it back on the back end because that's just what we do. Is we play tag with gestures and kind gestures and things like that.
And one more thing I will say about routines is like that's also kind of like we were talking about, telling you guys like how like kind of like we've been celebrating like a lot of stuff, and so like we haven't been necessarily super consistent with YouTube. But again, sometimes it's important to step out of those routines for the betterment of yourself, the betterment of your marriage, and just the betterment of everything overall.
Yeah.
So sometimes that looks like setting some things aside that aren't necessarily, obligations, mandatory, that must be done to have time for you and your partner.
And I'd say routines are... There's a fine line with the routines. It's okay to have one, but you just 100%. Can't get lost in it.
Yeah, don't get so stuck like this is
I
our
come
routine.
home, I say hello, put my stuff down, and I go to my room and I go watch whatever I want, and she's on the couch. Why not? Hey, let's have a movie night. Let's go grab some dinner. Don't just become a zombie in your relationship.
Yeah, and that actually comes into our third one.
That's right.
And that one is
be spontaneous.
Yes, please. Be spontaneous.
Yeah.
Spice it up a little bit.
Surprise flowers.
Surprise, yes. The elements of surprise. And I know like some people are like, well, I hate surprises, right? But it doesn't mean they gotta be like the balloons and like, confetti and like, oh my God, surprise, something's happening. But just the things that are unexpected. You know, I've come home from a long day before, and my husband has been like, turn around, we're going on a date. I never saw it coming. Or, you know, I know that when I left home this morning, my kitchen looked a mess or what have you. I'll come home to a super clean house. I was expecting to have to get off work and clean it. Not because my husband is lazy or anything like that. No, I'm just joking, guys. But it's because I understand that he's had a long day too. So I wouldn't expect that of him, you know, just out of the blue, because we have demanding jobs. So yeah, that, like I said, that's gonna look different for everybody, you know. And
it doesn't always have to be huge gestures. You know, you're gonna know what your significant other, your spouse likes. You know,
right?
Samantha likes books. Maybe I pull up a new bookmarker or a new little gadget or a book itself, which she doesn't. Anyways, but yeah, it can be the small things, the small details. It doesn't have to be, all right, 2 tickets to paradise, let's get on the plane and break the bank.
It's all about the little things. Yeah. It's all about the little things. There are times where Jeremy has come home and I'll just be like, food's on your gaming table, your game is turned on, the bros are waiting for you, have at it. You know, I'm taking care of everything else. And he's like, holy cow, you know, on a Monday, like no kidding. That helps. It's the little things, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of the little things.
Yes.
What's our next topic?
Oh, the little things. That's funny. Our thing is it doesn't have to be too big. It just has to be impactful.
Right.
And we don't live an extravagant, you know, crazy rich life or anything like that. So, you know, buying presents and this and that is not, and I'm not really a materialistic person anyway, and neither are you. So that's something that doesn't really apply to us. So for us, it always is in the little things. And I think you can really know how much your partner is attentive to you by the little things.
And it's funny you say that, because I was going to share a little secret that I do. Is sometimes, I say sometimes because I'm inhuman, or I am human. I listen to what my wife says, right? And those small things of like, man, I wish I had a place to keep my jewelry. Small gift idea. Yeah. The small things that, it's not a big complaint like, oh my gosh, I have no clothes or my car is falling apart. Not the big things, but the little things can make the biggest difference.
100%. And it's so funny that you said that, because I was literally going to say that. Like, it's the little things. Or like sometimes, you know what, and I know this is bad, y'all, but I'm just a girl. I will drive my car until my gas tank, it's never hit E though. I will say
there was one time.
Really?
You weren't in it.
Well, so
there was one,
so
but she did.
But I wasn't there. So technically, but anyway, I would drive my car until like there's practically no gas in there. But he will notice that when he gets in, and he'll come home and just be like, "Hey, babe, I filled your gas tank up." You know, just little things.
Yeah.
You know, and there are things that, you know, I do for you. I mean, I feel like I do a million things for you. Yeah. No, I'm just joking. But, you know, there are things that I notice with Jeremy, especially like with like the food he eats. Like, he's a big fruit guy and stuff like that. So if I notice anything like that, I take the extra step to stop by the store on the way home, because like I know it's what he likes.
Yeah.
One big thing with the little things is understanding that it does not have to benefit you. It can just benefit the other person. Right. You know, if you're always looking to get something out of it yourself, it's never gonna work. It's never gonna work.
Very true.
But yes, check out the little things. And like you said, a big tip is just listen.
Yeah.
Just listen. What's our next one?
Flirting is okay. You should do it.
Are you sure? Really?
Doctor says
it's
flirting
okay.
is okay.
It's okay? Okay, y'all. Well, you heard it from him.
Compliments.
It's okay to hit on your wife or your husband. It is completely okay.
Just because you secure the bag doesn't mean you stop looking.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that I didn't know, but no, I mean, again, like, it's the mindset of, I'm going to do all this effort, like, wow, you look good, you smell good while we're dating, and then once we get married, what's up, bro?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so funny because that actually makes me think on the opposite side of that. And this is the best way I can frame this, but I'm gonna explain. Be flirt worthy. And what I mean by that is give your husband or your wife something to, you know, see you as flirtatious. Now, I'm not saying like, you know, you got to go put on something just like out of this world, but if you want to, go ahead. Anyway, but I'm saying like, don't just let yourself go. You know, we share a home, we see each other in the morning, we see each other at night, we see each other, you know, we live together. But it's okay to get yourself together sometimes, even if you're not going anywhere. You know, just to like have your partner be like, hey, you know, I'm alive. You know, I won't say like I'm the same girl I was before, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, you know, I'm something to flirt with. You know what I'm saying? And that's vice versa. Yeah. And that comes to also like just pushing yourself to be the best you can for yourselves and your partners. Right. Like, so that's something I'll say about flirting is like, and you guys get what I'm saying, like, you know, ponytail and sweats all day long, twice on Sunday, you know, he sees you in a pair of jeans and he's like, dang, you know, because that's just how long you've been out of a pair of jeans. And I only say that because that happened to me. Okay, I'm saying everything from experience. Okay. And I had to learn like, hey, it's okay to like
throw on a dress. And
that's how I knew that I needed to do something, because I put on a pair of jeans and he was like, oh, well, hello, how are you doing? So yeah, flirt. It keeps your relationship young, and it's not just for the stage in relationships where you're dating. It goes beyond that. Yeah.
Follows you the entire time.
Absolutely. And the last one we have for you guys.
Send it home.
You want to focus on each other's type of dates. That's important. And again, that comes from listening. But what I mean by that is, for example, I'm just going to use me for example, and then you can tell me like how you feel about this.
Absolutely.
But I am a big person, like if I am actually like going on a date with my husband, I would like a date that does not have distraction. So like movie dates, for example. Like I'm a big talker, as y'all can tell. So I like to talk. So movie dates just aren't my thing, because like I want to talk to you. I want to like know like how you're doing, how you're feeling, you know. So dinner dates work perfect for me, because there's no distractions, just me and that person and some good food. And you know, those are the type of dates I like. As for you, my dear,
I don't really know if I have a specific one. Like
I
don't mind a movie. I like dinner.
Yeah.
I'm pretty broad stroke of.
Yeah.
Anything can really turn into a date, in my opinion. You going to play some pickleball? Hey, call that a date. But no, I don't think I have a specific one. I mean, it speaks because she's a quality time. That's why she don't like the movies.
It's all connected.
Because we gonna be watching movies, she's gonna be like, "How you been? How you doing?
So how you doing today?" So and again, that just comes from knowing your partner. Like exactly. I have it easy. I have a great guy. And he, like he said, he doesn't have a specific like type. So when I am dating my husband, which is always, I hope, sometimes I'll be tired, y'all, but
understandable.
I do a variety, because like you said, like you like a variety thing. So sometimes it's dinner, sometimes it's a sport of some sort, sometimes it is a movie. And I'm not saying like I hate movie dates whatsoever, like, you know, don't ever take me on a movie date, but for the most part, I don't mind one here and there, but for the most part, we do dinner dates when you're pursuing me. Yeah.
Because I know you.
Yeah, because you know me like that.
Unless it's like a movie I really want to see, then I'll be like, come on, babe, let me treat you. When I'm like, I can't wait.
Yeah, he's like, come on. But yeah, no, those are just some tips that we have for you guys. Things that have actually worked with us, especially in this season that we have found ourselves in, with a couple of things changing with, you know, me working and everything. So we would love to hear your opinions down below as far as what you think on these tips we've given. Any tips that you have to keep your relationship, your marriage young and alive, because we could definitely benefit from that as well. This is a two-way street. Help us help you. You help us, we help you.
Oh yeah.
So we'd love to hear that, because we are still young in our marriage.
A lot to learn.
So
a lot of life to go through.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think below. But if there's nothing else for this one, we will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.